Dear participants of the Global Forum, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Foreign Policy Research Institute, please allow me to greet and thank for the opportunity to participate in the international platform Caring for Climate. It is known that worldwide climate change is a global challenge of the 21st century that has a significant impact on human development. This issue has covered not only the environmental, socio-economic, and technological aspects of the world agenda, but is already becoming an acute issue of world policy. Climate and environmental issues are becoming more sensitive and important. Recently, the world's attention is riveted on the pandemic and its aftermath when previously it was focused on the threats of warming. However, climate change has not gone away and remains pressing. According to the findings of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the climate on Earth continues to change markedly, and while some countries suffer from abnormal heat, others experiences unusually harsh and snowy winters. Located at a significant distance from the oceans in the center of the Eurasian continent, the territory of Kazakhstan is warming at an average pace significantly faster than the globe. The National Report of Kazakhstan on the state of the environment concludes that the rate of the average annual air temperature rise in the country was half a degree Celsius every 10 years, from 1976 to 2018. In addition to warming, there is an imbalance in a whole natural system, which translates into a change in precipitation patterns and an increase in the frequency of extreme weather events such as floods, droughts, and hurricanes. As can be seen from the report of the World Economic Forum, extreme weather events on the top 5 global risk expected to increase, where extreme weather events are second only to weapons of mass destruction in the list of risks. Access the scale of the impact and severity on consequences. According to the statement of the World Meteorological Organization, 19% of the heaviest economic losses fall and the dangerous hydrometeorological hazards, such as the floods, high water, strong winds, heavy rains, hail, and drought, and only 10% of the losses come from such natural disasters as eruptions of volcanoes and tsunami and earthquake. And assortment of such risks that cause emergency in Kazakhstan is diverse: heavy snowfalls, abnormal cold, snowstorms, glaze frost, strong winds, abnormal heat and drought, dust storms, heavy rains, hail, floods. As a result of global temperature growth, the number of floods in the world increased about 6% annually, which observed in the territory of the Republic of Kazakhstan as well. The floods cause significant economic losses. Abnormal heat and drought create several hundred wildfires in the Republic, which, besides entailing economic consequences, also affect the population health, forest and steppe flora and fauna. Dangerous bacteria and viruses will mutate and come to life, leading to new epidemics, causing interstate disagreements, political differences, and conflicts related to the search and production and bioresources, competition over access to water and food resources. All of us need to recognize that global climate change is not a problem for one nation, and while making is unlikely to succeed in stopping climate change completely. The collective effort of the world community can constrain and temperature climate change on the planet, affects all continents, and demands coordinated international efforts on the solution of this global issue. One of the recent arrangements concerning climate change is an adoption by the states of the new climate agreement in December 2015 at the 21st conference in Paris, which replaced the Kyoto Protocol. Kazakhstan is committed to contribute to the international climate efforts, officially defined the primary goal to decrease 15% of greenhouse gas emissions till December 2031, 2030, concerning in base year, and the secondary goal to decrease 25% greenhouse gas emissions by December 31, 2030. This aim can be achieved provided that there is an additional international investment, access to low carbon transfer mechanism, green climate funds, and flexibility mechanism reserved for a transition period. Reducing or curbing greenhouse gas emissions by 2030 is a rather difficult task, but economically and financially it is an achievement among other things should not result in social tension. It is important to note that the long-term goal of Kazakhstan is to join the first 30 most developed countries of the world by 2050, which undoubtedly requires the implementation of the declared measures to reduce greenhouse gas emission. To demonstrate a commitment to a low-carbon economy, Kazakhstan has adopted the green economy transition concept, within which measures such a government program to manage waste, modernize housing and communal services, develop sustainable transport, preserve ecosystem, and increase forest cover are taken. The implementation of this concept and the enactment of the legislation should lead to the modernization of critical energy efficient infrastructure and production technology and the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions to minimize global climate change. Therefore, it's clear what we need to ensure the active cooperation of representatives of Kazakhstan with the relevant multilateral regional structure and their constant participation in international negotiation on climate change. Particular attention should be drawn to the study of the best practice in reducing negative emissions into the atmosphere with a view to its possible adoption in Kazakhstan. The establishment of the OSCE Thematic Center for Ecology and Green Economy in Nur-Sultan could also contribute to the establishment of regional platform for joint action to mitigate the adverse effects of climate change and enhance transboundary cooperation in this area. For example, an interesting instance is an intention for many countries to introduce a complete ban on the sale of cars with gasoline and diesel engines by 2035 and gradually switch to cars with an electric engine. Perhaps such measures will bring tangible results in limiting global warming. An effective way to prevent air pollution would also to be eliminate the use of coal for private sector heating by 2050 through alternative sources of energy. To mitigate climate change and maintain the ecological balance in Kazakhstan, it is an opportunity to make a transition from pollution in the industries and high-tech industries was installing filters, organizing the processing of solid household waste, and in general reduce garbage dumping to zero by 2050. Achievement with goals requires, in addition to best practice and know-how, greener public policy and the attraction of international resources, capacity, and significant investment, which is also one of the main tests of modern economic diplomacy. Thank you for your attention.